Good day, everyone. We're Group 3 and I'm Lorraine Manco.
I'm Jan Francis Ganghe.
I'm
And,
Anton.
and today we will discuss about the Prefect of Discipline or POD management system. In our Chapter 1, Introduction, Mobile Application with Database. Mobile application with database are essential for efficiently storing and managing information, and they allow users to access, update, and retrieve data anytime. With real-time data synchronization, these apps ensure information remains up to date across multiple devices, making them valuable for collaboration, online shopping, and communication. Mobile applications with database powered mobile apps are made to expand and function on a variety of platforms, including PCs, tablets, and smartphones. No matter where users access information, cloud-based database help maintain consistency. Mobile apps with database are crucial components of contemporary technology because they increase efficiency, security, and usability in a variety of contexts, including business, education, healthcare, and entertainment. And for about the system, the Prefect of Discipline or POD management system enhances the efficiency and accuracy of students' discipline management by recording and enforcement, ensures consistency in policy enforcement. This system enables administrators to monitor student behavior, general reports, and take timely actions effectively. The The system ensures better recording and more consistent enforcement of school policies. This allows school administrators and discipline officer to effectively monitor students' behavior. With a digital platform, communication between school staff and student becomes more transparent, fostering accountability and fairness. The system provides a structured approach to handling disciplinary cases, ensuring that all incidents are properly documented and addressed. It is also helps in identifying patterns of student behavior, allowing schools to implement proactive measures for discipline and character development.
So in the chapter 2 of the manuscript, it's all about data dictionary. So data dictionary, though the first one is the table student. So if you can see here, so we have different attributes like student ID, first name, last name, gender, section here, department, contact, contact number, guardian contact number, and address. So in this table now we have student list. So we have student ID. His data type is varchar. And this student ID is a unique identifier for the student. No? So the student is not able to have repetition or same student ID. So it can be unique. Then his first name, last name, gender, section, and age. Also his department like BSIT, BSIS, BS Education, and BSBA. So it is necessary to put also his contact number. So if the student is need to be called by the POD so they can contact it, and also it is necessary to put their guardian name and also guardian contact number. Next slide. So the second table is all about table for new violators. This table is for the student who made violation or who violate rules inside the school premises. So in this table, we have different attributes like ID, which is the unique identifier for this table and for the data inside this table. So the next one is the student ID, which is the foreign key for this table. Then same as the first table, no? So we need to define the student first name, last name, gender, section, year, department, contact number, guardian name, guardian contact number, and also address. So the additional data for the or attributes for this table is about minor and major violation, which is the category for the violation that the school has. So then the last one is the date. No, so this date is all about the date where the violation happened or recorded. So there his data format is first is the year, month, then date. Next slide. So the third table is all about archive violator. So this archive violator is the table that comes when you are delete a data within the new violator table. So it is directed to this table. So the POD management system can also access the past data so they can have records of this table. So for example, me, I have a record of data diction of violation in first semester of my school year. Then so that's per semester, and also they can be deleted. This my data inside the table of a new violator. Then it will go to the archive violator. Then after that, POD can access this archive so it can be shared or compare the data so they have access to the past data. So the attributes in this archive violator is the ID, which is the unique identifier for this table also. So student ID and new violation name gender section. Here larger name, guardian contact address, minor and major offense, then the date when the violation happened. So next slide. So in here, this is the table for the guard account and faculty account. So we have different accounts, which is guard and faculty. So we all know in a school, we have different or bunch of guards and faculty to guide and direct the premises inside the school. So it is necessary to have a separate table so it remain complete and hindi siya magulong tignan sa ano and organize lahat ng data inside the table or inside our databases system. So in their attributes, we have ID. So this ID for guard account is unique identifier for this guard account table, and we also have faculty ID field name, so it can be also to prevent redundancy no, in our data. Then username, email, and password. So next slide is all about 2.2, the ERD or the database design. So if you can see in this chapter 2.2 database design, we have different table. So the archive violator, new violator, student list, faculty account, and the guard account. So in this, I can explain the relationship between each table. So first, we have the faculty and the new violator. So it be connected to one is to many because faculty account, which is the person who manage the record is can record multiple violators, no, different student violators in the within the school premises, so they can put it in the database. Then the next one is the guard account, same as the faculty. They can also record multiple data, so it can be connected as one is to many data. Then the next one is the archive. So this one is one is to many because you can only access each archive of the student na so you cannot be repeat the data or prevent repetition or redundancy. Then the next one is student list since you didn't you cannot be have the same student ID. So to prevent redundancy, you can have one student list or student ID with a new violator. Next.
Okay, for the chapter 3, the coding side. So 3.1 features of jQuery Mobile. So JavaScript is a powerful and flexible programming language that makes website interactive, fast, and user-friendly by running directly in browser and support. States. So we use jQuery for responsiveness and built-in CSS. So this made our system more easy when it comes to uh, customization of design and for responsiveness of our system. So we don't need to recode for the responsiveness because it is already built in the jQuery mobile. And also not not only the CSS but also some of the interaction from the jQuery mobile JS. So next, so chapter 3, 3.2 features of the language, JavaScript and PHP. So in our system, we use JavaScript and PHP. So JavaScript for the interaction of our system to make it more lively and entertaining. So all the action that's happening uh, in the system that makes it not static is because JavaScript. So most of the code in our system are PHP because we are connecting the database from our system. That is the main goal of the system, connecting the database to the system. So most of the code are in PHP and some of it are HTML and CSS. So PHP is the most important part of the system because without PHP we cannot connect the system uh, and the database. So when we are using PHP, it helps us to store the data from the system to database, and it helps us to um, organize the data in the database. So next,
So for the chapter 4, our conclusion, uh, the of discipline or POD management system streamlines discipline management by using technology to improve record keeping, transparency, and consistency in enforcing school policies. By leveraging technology and San Francisco in disciplinary procedures, more than tool, it fosters a culture and fairness, accountability, and mutual respect within the institution. So, as a educational institution continue to evolve, so to master methods of management, while no system is without its limitation, integrating technology into the aspect of school administration marks as significant step toward to a more organized and student-centered approach. So, for recommendation, the Perfect of Discipline or POD management system has streamlined discipline management, and there is always room for improvement. So here are some case areas for future enhancement. Number one is engaging students and giving students and parents access to disciplinary records, feedback, and helpful sources, and promote transparency and accountability.